Hello, welcome back to another one of Paul's beer reviews. Tonight we've got one that's a little bit different tonight. It's a beer that's been brewed by Meantime Brewing Company out of Greenwich, London, and it's been brewed exclusively for Marks and Spencer's supermarkets, shops up and down the country, and it is a bottle of the Greenwich Black IPA. Never seen this one before. I popped into my local M&S just to have a look at their beer range. I don't very often go into M&S, so I thought I'd have a look and see what they had. This one was on offer, and it got my interest because there's a lot of people going on about black IPAs at the moment. They seem to be all the rage, and I've never ever had a black IPA. I'll be totally honest. Put my hands up. I've never tried a black IPA, and I saw this on offer. I've had Meantime Brewery's beers in the past. I'm a bit of a fan, particularly like their lager, which is very good. I saw they'd brewed this exclusively for M&S, and I thought I'd give it a go. So yes, the Greenwich Black IPA, there's the artwork. It's been brewed with a mixture of American and British hops, hence the American flag and Union Jack flag on the crest there. There's the bottle top, the Union Jack, lovely bottle top. It says it's a rich caramel black IPA inspired by American craft beers. This beer has a blend of British and American influences, hence the adapted crest from the gates of Greenwich Hospital showing the two flags. India Pale Ale, traditionally strong, hoppy. Contemporary interpretation of the style is made with a blend of 7 dark malts, English and American hops. Ingredients: water, malted barley, yeast and hops. It doesn't specify which hops. It's coming in at 5.7% ABV and has a best before end date of November of this year, so it's relatively fresh. I'm looking quite forward to this, so we'll get it into a glass, see what we get. Not really sure what to expect because, like I say, I've never had a black IPA, so this is an experience for me. So first for me, a little bit of smoke on the opening, a bit of a hoppy smell to it as you'd expect, and certainly is dark, but already looks a bit thinner than a stout or a porter, which is the only other type of beer that you'd expect to be this colour. It's developing quite a big head on it. I might let that die down a little bit, see if I can get the rest of this in there. Boom. Lovely jubbly. So there is the Greenwich Black IPA, and it certainly is very, very dark. If you saw that sitting there and you didn't know what it was, you would think that is just your regular stout or porter. It has kept a good one finger tan head on it. Good levels of carbonation, lots of bubbles on the top of it. It is very dark. There is a slight tint of red that you can see through it. It's not completely blacked out. Let's have a smell. You are getting a bit of caramel and you're getting hops. Give it a bit of a shake, see if I can get a bit more of a whiff out of it. It's not got the strongest aroma, if I'm honest. But you are getting a bit of caramel. And you're getting a slight bit of hops, but the nose has really calmed down on it. When I initially poured it, you got quite a bit of aroma, but that's sort of calmed down now. I'm not getting much on the nose. A little bit of caramel, a bit of hoppiness. Let's have a taste. Cheers. Well, that's interesting. Like I say, I know very little about black IPAs. Thin mouthfeel. There is, it has a kind of a porter stout characteristic in the flavour. You're getting coffee, getting sort of dark chocolate notes in there, and then you're getting the hops on the back end, and it has a much thinner mouthfeel than what you would get with your stouts and your porter. So I suppose it's a thin hoppy stout. Is that? I'm assuming that's what they're aiming with black IPAs. Nice bit of sort of maybe slight bit of cherry, little blackberries maybe on arrival, on the initial palate. Bit of berries, fruit, and then the coffee comes in. Not overly strong, but coffee, bit of caramel, bit of chocolate malt in there, and then a little slight hoppy finish. I think you'd expect a bit more in the way of hops from an IPA. Slightly more of a hoppy finish to it. There is a bit of a hop to finish to it, but as far as IPAs go, there's not a lot. There's not a lot in the way of hops on this one. Yeah, it's got a bit of everything in there, but doesn't do any of them particularly well. It's nice. Don't get me wrong. It's not horrible. But there's no real characteristic. I can't get my words out. There's no real characteristic that stands out. So I'm assuming a black IPA is meant to be a thin, hoppy stout, basically. But I say it's not particularly hoppy. It's not. The caramel malts to it are there. The taste doesn't linger. It's thin. It's there and then it's gone. Doesn't have a particularly lingering taste to it. Say it is thin. I'd have to explore the black IPA market and see what's out there before I sort of write it off. But this is interesting because I've not had one like this before. Let's have a thin, hoppy kind of stout. That's what it feels like. That's what it tastes like. The caramel, coffee, chocolate malts in the middle remind me of your stout and your porter, but you have a thinner mouthfeel and you've got that little bit of hoppiness on the back end, which makes it different from others. It's not terrible, but it's not great, if I'm honest. Again, I'll have to try some more black IPAs before I make a real call on it. But as far as this goes for a first experience, it's certainly interesting. It's certainly interesting. There is the fruit, cherries, blackberries kind of thing going on with it. There's the coffee, toffee, bit of caramel. Bit of nice, quite a nice malt to it. And then there's a hoppy finish, but it doesn't last long. It's not overly hoppy. For an IPA, you would expect a bit more of a hop characteristic to it. But it's not bad. It's not horrible. I got this in M&S. It was on offer. They've had it reduced at the moment, and I was interested in the black IPA market, so I gave it a go. I'm going to give it a score. Just because it's different, I'll give it a 4. I'll give it a 4.5 out of 10. I don't think I'd buy it again. I don't think I'd drink it again. But it's not unpleasant. It's all right. But yeah, I don't think this one is for me. Yeah, if you fancy a go look in your M&S. It's on offer at the moment, so have a go. Made by Meantime, who are a good brewery. Check out their other stuff. Let me know what you think. Have you tried any other black IPAs? Are they any good? Let me know what you think of them. If you can recommend any black IPAs to me, I'll be interested to hear. yeah, hope you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up, leave any comments below, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, guys.